Iran's oil ministry says Israeli strikes targeted the depot and a fuel tank in Tehran, adding that the situation is under control. Now, the oil ministry also said that two major gas fields in a southern province were also attacked. The Israel Defense Forces said it carried out air attacks on Tehran, targeting buildings linked to Iran's nuclear program, including the defense ministry.
Deep within Iran's fortified mountains, a massive shockwave rumbled through the earth. The ground shook, the heavens trembled. The fortified bunker, a labyrinth of specialized labs, centrifuge chambers, and storage facilities, fell under a powerful assault. The attack was fast, sophisticated, and overwhelming, a dramatic showdown that not only struck Tehran physically, but dealt a heavy blow to its ability to pursue its nuclear ambitions in the future. Today we're going deep into the story of how Israel successfully struck Iran's most fortified facilities, sending shockwaves across the Middle East and putting Iran's nuclear future in a precarious position. 1. Iran's underground bomb labs background. For years, Iran insisted its nuclear program was peaceful, meant for energy production and scientific research. But the clandestine facilities hidden deep under mountains tell a different story. Satellite photos, leaked documents, and testimony from inspectors revealed extensive tunnel networks, sophisticated laboratories, fortified from air attacks, designed to produce enriched uranium. These facilities were not ordinary buildings. They were reinforced with thick cement, surrounded by shock-absorbing materials, and constructed to resist heavy blasts. Inside these fortified chambers were advanced centrifuges spinning at unimaginable speeds, purifying uranium to a degree that raised suspicion about Iran's true intentions. For Iran, these underground sites were meant to be the ultimate safeguard, a backup in case their above-ground facilities were destroyed. The thinking was simple: if we bury it deep enough, attack will be nearly impossible. But what Iran hadn't predicted was the ability of a sophisticated air force, employing specialized munitions to destroy what seemed to be impenetrable. 2. The tactical strike, breaking into Iran's fortress. The attack wasn't a simple airstrike, it was a sophisticated, multi-layered assault. Using satellite-guided munitions and specialized bunker-busting warheads, the Israeli Air Force struck multiple sites nearly simultaneously. Some reports say the GBU-72 bunker buster, a massive 5,000-pound smart bomb designed to destroy fortified structures, played a key role in the attack. Other sources suggest specialized munitions were tailored to maximize shockwaves within closed spaces, adding to the internal damage, tearing through centrifuge cascades, power conduits, and control facilities. The attack was made under cover of darkness. The F-35s crossed into Iranian airspace undetected, thanks to their sophisticated radar-evading capabilities. Then, in a carefully timed and coordinated attack, the aircraft struck their targets in a matter of minutes, dropping their powerful ordnance directly into the most vulnerable points, effectively dismantling Iran's ability to produce weapons-grade uranium. The shock and awe of these blasts not only physically destroyed facilities, it dealt a dramatic psychological blow to Iran's confidence in its ability to keep its nuclear programs hidden and safe. 3. Iran's panic. Immediate aftermath. As the blasts reverberated through Iran's mountains, the ruling clerical leadership fell into a state of alarm. The attack seemed to bypass Iran's sophisticated air defenses, causing catastrophic damage to its most fortified facilities. For Iran, this wasn't just a physical attack, it was a dramatic demonstration that their protective measures were powerless against a well-planned, decisive assault. The Supreme Leader called for an emergency meeting of Iran's Supreme National Security Council. General Hossein Salami, commander of the Islamic Revolutionary Guard Corps, demanded dramatic retaliation, yet Iran finds itself unsure how to respond without triggering a greater escalation. This attack underscores a painful reality for Iran. Its most valued facilities are vulnerable, and its ability to respond is limited. 4. Why it matters. Regional impact. This attack signals a dramatic policy shift in the shadow war between Iran and Israel. For years, Iran supported proxies across the region, from Hezbollah in Lebanon to Shiite groups in Iraq and Yemen, adding pressure to Israel's borders. But this attack crossed a dramatic threshold. Instead of indirect operations, Israel struck directly at Iran's core facilities. This move has implications not just for Iran and Israel, but for the entire Middle East. Gulf states, Saudi Arabia, UAE, and other neighbors may view this attack as a powerful demonstration that Iran's ambitions can be contained with decisive action. Meanwhile, Iran's proxies may become more aggressive in retaliation, adding a dangerous layer of chaos to an already tense region. The attack signals a dramatic policy shift, a clear message from Israel that it will not allow Iran to become a nuclear power, whatever it may cost. 5. The question everyone is asking: what's next? So where do we go from here? Will Iran respond directly against Israel, ignoring the potential for escalation into a loud war? Will Iran rely on its proxies, Shiite groups, in Lebanon, Yemen, and Iraq to retaliate? Or will Iran absorb the attack, reassess its capabilities, and pursue a diplomatic path forward? Some analysts say Iran might be forced into a corner, choosing a calibrated, indirect attack to avoid further escalation, while retaining its ability to retaliate through non-state actor allies. Others warn Iran might respond directly, putting its own soldiers in the crosshairs and triggering a dangerous escalation, a showdown that could undermine stability across the entire region. 6. Final thoughts. The Middle East on edge. This attack underscores a dramatic reality. The Middle East is a tinderbox, a place where a single shock can reverberate across borders and draw in powerful states from all over the world. For Iran, this is a moment of vulnerability, a dramatic demonstration that its fortified facilities were not as impenetrable as it believed. For Israel, it's a decisive show of power, a warning to Iran and its proxies that aggression will come at a heavy price. And for the rest of us, this highlights the precarious balance of peace and conflict in a region filled with deep-rooted disputes, long-standing hostility, and a dramatic arms race. The attack signals a new era, an era where specialized munitions, precise strikes, and clandestine operations can undermine even the most fortified regimes, reshaping power structures overnight. 7. Inside Iran's secret operations room, fear and uncertainty. Picture this. Deep within Iran's command center, a labyrinth of fortified war rooms, generals, nuclear scientists, and Ayatollah's advisors are huddled under dim, red-tinted lamps. The room is thick with tension. Phone lines are ringing, messages are pouring in, and reports from the attack sites are spreading chaos. The mood is nervous, unsure, a dramatic reversal from the confidence Iran once projected. Generals are arguing. Some say Iran should respond immediately, launch a barrage of ballistic and cruise missiles toward Israel's military bases. Others advise patience to avoid a total escalation and a showdown Iran might not win. Meanwhile, nuclear engineers are trying to assess the damage. They're combing through satellite feeds, maintenance reports, and messages from on-ground crews. The result is clear: this attack wasn't a glancing blow. It struck directly at Iran's ability to produce enriched uranium, a key component for nuclear warheads. 8. Rising fear among Iran's scientists inside the facilities. Many scientists are injured. Some are stranded in collapsed sections of the bunker. The specialized centrifuges, sophisticated machines made from carbon fiber and durable alloys, lie in ruins. Iran's ability to produce enriched uranium has been set back by years in a matter of minutes. For the first time, Iran's nuclear program is vulnerable and exposed. Scientists are forced to reassess their operations. Engineers scramble to repair what can be salvaged. There's a pervasive fear, a deep understanding that the attack has crossed a dramatic boundary. Iran's greatest asset is no longer a hidden and fortified enterprise, it's a sitting duck, a vulnerable target. 9. The regional chessboard shakes. This attack has implications far beyond Iran's borders. The Gulf Cooperation Council, Saudi Arabia, UAE, Oman, Bahrain, and Kuwait, is nervous. If Iran responds by striking back, the Gulf could become a battleground. Oil fields, refineries, and key ports, all vulnerable, might become collateral damage in a showdown nobody wants. Meanwhile, Iran's proxies, Hezbollah in Lebanon, Shiite groups in Iraq, Houthis in Yemen, are all on high alert. They're Iran's forward army, its first and most aggressive means of retaliation, but these groups are weak to a powerful Israeli and US intervention, and many are unsure whether Iran will activate them immediately or wait for a more opportune moment. 10. The international community reacts as news of the attack breaks across the world. The United Nations Security Council calls an emergency meeting. European powers, France, Germany, and the UK urge de-escalation. The USA signals strong support for Israel's right to destroy facilities, threatening its future while warning Iran